The runaway room. Is Paul Titian going to be in there?
Over my records of the late last century, I am faced by the events of a certain bitter winter. A murder in a carriage as it sped through dense London fog in the dead of night. Though the victim and the perpetrator were the only ones inside, there were multiple witnesses to the crime itself.
Oh, this isn't me talking, by the way. You know, I know, like,
However,
my accent and my performance is a dead ringer for this guy.
His case as this would end in such a horrendous manner. My friend, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, once said of the incident, I believe that perhaps that case was indeed the prelude. The beginning of a long concerto that impressive Japanese student and I were to play together.
Amazing. Is this really just a railway station?
Railway station or not, I've never seen such an enormous building before.
And look at all the steam locomotives. This country is incredible.
Piccadilly Pavilion. Savine is not having Brian's Cocoa. Ah, the famous Piccadilly Pavilion Brian's Cocoa.
Dreamy.
So this is the capital of Great Britain.
So, where to?
Oh, hello.
Climb aboard. I'll take you wherever you want to go.
In that case, the Supreme Court in Whitehall, if you wouldn't mind.
My pleasure. I suppose you're visiting.
Hey, what's up,
someone
Shub?
from abroad, eh?
Yes.
I would have referenced it, but I didn't know specifically which one it was. 9 3/4, you say.
And welcome to the centre of the world, Great Britain's mighty capital, London.
If it's London, then why was the Eiffel Tower in the background just now, huh? It's a pretty big mistake. We're just at the start of. Uh-oh, what is so? Something's going down. This is the very, very beginning of Case 3. We have started it moments ago. Forced a confession out of a British lady? Nope. No fog on the sea. What? Is that also a Harry Potter reference? I don't know what you're talking about. What incredible Are we inside of Big Ben? Is that where their Supreme Court is? They built the Supreme Court inside of Big Ben. Alright. So what crazy was Case 2? It turned out that it wasn't an accident. I mean, it kind of was. We were strangely forgiving of the murderer. She was like just as she thought that he was going to the Russian girl thought that Cosmo was going to like ring the bell and tell the captain that she was on the ship or something, and she was like, no, don't, and pushed him at the same time that that he stepped on the bell of the cat or whatever. He stepped on the cat's bell or something. He stepped on the cat, and she pushed him at the same time, and he fell and broke his neck and died. And we're like, oh, well, you know, it's an accident. Oh, that's why you can see the Eiffel Tower, because there's no fog on the sea. I see. France is like right, hop, skip, and a jump across the Thames. Is that what it's called? No. The English Channel? That's the one. The English Channel. It's so imposing. It's almost suffocating. This place is breathtaking. It looks like a fortress. There are some stone buildings like this in Japan now, of course, but they've only been built in the few short decades since we opened our borders to the outside world. An authentic example like this has quite a different impact, wouldn't you agree? Well, we're here because we had our plan. It was kind of silly. Like, the whole idea was that Kazuma, the guy who was murdered, Kazuma was on his way to Great Britain as part of a study exchange or something. He was going to come here and study British law, and we're his best friends, so we stowed away, and she is his assistant. And after he was murdered, they were like, well, I guess we're all going back to Japan. I mean, Kazuma's dead. He was the guy who was going to do it. And Naruhodo's like, but wait a minute, couldn't I just study law for the next month while we're sailing to Europe? And then when we get there, I'll be a lawyer? And they're like, yeah, pretty much, go for it. So we are here in his place. And we apparently know enough law to just jump right in and be somebody's lawyer. For a murder trial, I'm sure, because nobody ever goes on trial for anything other than murder in this game. A far cry from the wood and paper most of our buildings are constructed from. It's certainly unfamiliar. Exactly. It only takes a month, and all you need is one book. One Japanese textbook on Japanese law in order to become a Great Britain lawyer. But I think there's more to the differences than just construction materials. Oh yeah, I am familiar with that game. I've watched someone play it a little bit. I'm not really a chess guy, so I don't have a brain for chess. It is still interesting, but like, I'm happy it exists, but I'm not gonna play it. What is this place again? This is the Lord Chief Justice's office, Naruhodo-san, in the Supreme Court of Great Britain. The Lord Chief Justice. We had instructions to report here at this time. If circumstances were different, we were supposed to let the Lord Chief Justice know that we had arrived from Japan. But Kazuma can't. No. So instead, we are here in a different capacity, as envoys, to report the news of Kazuma-sama's death. Yes. And having delivered his or her message, an envoy's duty is done. So, we'd have to return to Japan. If we want to remain here in Great Britain, I have to take Kazuma's place as the law student selected for the study tour. Yes, which means you need the requisite qualifications as a lawyer, which is what I've been studying for. Here in Great Britain, it is the Lord Chief Justice who appoints lawyers. So that's the second reason we're here, to have you officially recognized as a lawyer. It's the only way that we'll be able to remain here in London. I hope I'm up to scratch. Good morning. Sorry for keeping you. Ah, the villain. The final bad guy. I trust you aren't too exhausted after your long voyage from Japan. It seems I'm 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 47 seconds late. 5:32 yesterday and 7:13 tomorrow. A king from present day 6 o'clock attacked my bishop in 6 different ways. And that's like, that literally is how that game works, is that you can go, hey, my bishop traveled diagonally through time to capture a piece in the past, which causes all of the timelines that sprouted from that pawn in the past to no longer have pawns in them, or to no longer have that pawn in them. It's pretty great. It's a great idea. It's just I'm not gonna play it. We're never happier than when we're standing around with nothing much to do. How fortunate. So, introductions. I'm Mal Strongheart, Lord Chief Justice of the British Empire. Ugh, I feel like a little mouse under an elephant's foot. Come on, Mr. Naruhodo, don't be a mouse. Oh, it's an honor to meet you, Lord Chief Justice Strongheart. I'm Ryusuke Naruhodo from the Empire of Japan. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, Welcome to London, the capital of our glorious British Empire. Yes, thank you. So, what are your impressions of our capital so far? How do you like London? Oh, well, I'm so nervous ever since I got here that I can't remember a single thing about the city. It's simply splendid, isn't it, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh? We had a wonderful view of some of London's streets on the carriage on our way here from the station. Everything is so impressive and grand. I must say, I'm almost lost for words. I'm glad to hear you like it. The city boasts tramways, piped water and gas, even cables supplying electricity. We spearhead every revolutionary new technology in the world. Every visitor to London is astounded. Oh yes, astounded is the word. Thanks for saving me there, Susato-san. And everyone seems so jolly and full of vigor. Full of Genki. Yes. There's much excitement about the upcoming great exhibition we will be hosting here in London. Great exhibition? Cultural and technological advancements from around the globe are to be exhibited here in our great city. It will be the greatest spectacle of its kind in history, and we will make Paris's World Fair look like a toy shop. Gosh, I can hardly imagine how magnificent it's going to be. Great Britain's capital city is nothing but magnificent. London is the center of the modern world. Even if you do say so yourself. The sun will never set on our great empire. Perhaps it is fate that in these progressive times we welcome visitors from the land of the rising sun. Stolen? You mean like a life? Because really, it's only murder cases. Nothing's ever stolen. It's always murder. Lord Chief Justice, I think you were expecting a student of law for this study tour, weren't you? Absolutely. A Mr. Kazuma Asugi, if my memory serves. That's right. The British government has already been telegraphed a full report on the situation. I understand the young man lost his life aboard the steamship bound for our shores. That's amazing! The news reached him even before we even arrived. My country naturally extends its deepest condolences to yours. Oh, thank you. And you honored this appointment specifically to inform me of the news? Yes. We are here in the capacity of envoys from Japan to report the sad news in person. They tell me you Japanese are a people of protocol and courtesy, and I see it's true. This is the wrong timeline, Savine. We need to go to the timeline where you copied the correct review from Steam. And it is with some regret that I must inform you that the death of the young lawyer means this study tour arrangement can no longer proceed. If you would just hear us out, Long Strongheart. What do you have to say, madame? It's about the study tour. Mr. Naruhodo here would like to make a proposal. Would he now? Well, Mr. Naruhodo, this is it then, the moment of truth. The thing is, Lord Justice, Lord Strongheart, I was wondering if perhaps you would consider allowing the study tour to go ahead. Don't misunderstand me. Britain would ideally like to see the tour go ahead. But without a lawyer from your country, there's nothing to be done. Well, in that case, what if there was someone else? Another lawyer from Japan, I mean. Is there something I don't know? Only a single lawyer was invited to Great Britain from your country. And that was Mr. Asugi. At least that is what I've been led to understand. Well, the thing is, this really isn't going well at all. If only I had communication skills, you know, the main thing that you need to be a lawyer, aside from knowledge of the law. I just can't seem to find the right words to say to this man. Mr. Naruhodo, I could ruin things here if I'm not careful. What am I going to say? If there's someone else here from Japan who could be described as a lawyer, it is Miss Susato. That's the correct answer. It really is. It can probably only be, yes, Miss Susato. Is this it? Did we get the good ending? We got the secret good ending. An unusual introduction. But I presume you mean this charming lady beside you. You're a lawyer, are you? That look she's giving me. After all the days of hard work she put in to help me study, I can't let her down now. I think that's quite enough joking, don't you, Lord Strongheart? My real answer is, it's me. I can do it. Is that so? I mean, I don't actually have any qualifications as such. First game... My first game was 7.5 hours long versus a beginner bot, and it ended with the game crashing. This game is in no way fun. This game makes you go insane. I love this game. The lunacy of the concept is what I live for. An example of common dialogue between players, the phrase Queen Death Squad. This timeline really sucks. If either of us wins, we won't know why. You just ran yourself into 3 checks at once. This is all just Terminator. Please stop making new timelines. That queen is checking me on 7 different boards. Get it with a friend. For a good time. And help. No qualifications, you say, and yet you still claim to be a lawyer? I have acted as a lawyer in court before. Only once, as it happens. And I had Kazuma to help me, and I was the accused, but glossing over the details. I've been spending every spare moment on the journey here to Great Britain studying. I've learnt all about British law and British spelling. Like saying learnt. British law and court proceedings while I was on board the SS Burya. The voyage from Japan is some 50 days, I believe. Not what you might call a full education. To become a qualified lawyer here in Britain, not only do you need a university degree in law, you must also complete several years of training. I realize it's far too short a period of time, but I can't just go back to Japan. Then there wouldn't be a video game. Kazuma, Mr. Asugi's journey had only just begun. Coming here on this study tour was all he thought about. I have to carry on and do everything he planned to do. I know it must sound like I have an overly inflated opinion of myself, but I would do anything to prove that I have what it takes. Any test you care to set me. If you want to murder someone and then try to get away with it, I'll prove that you did it. Although we don't have to do that until like two, a case or two later. Just one chance, that's all I'm asking for. Please. 31 seconds. Sorry? Your opening statement there, Mr. Naruhodo. It was 31 seconds long. Not too brief, not too protracted. A perfectly judged appeal, I would say. Which is a skill that would stand you in good stead as a lawyer. Oh, thanks. So, you're willing to put those words to trial, are you? Well, I'm all for entertainment. Huh? But let me ask you one thing first. Yes? You say you intend to do everything Mr. Asugi planned to do. Are you firmly set up on that path? Well, yes, that's my intention. I see. Am I imagining things? Or did his expression just alter a fraction there all of a sudden? Very well. You have your wish. I'll give you a chance. A test to become a specially certified lawyer. Whether you pass or fail is entirely down to you. Really? So, what form will the test take exactly? tell me, Mr. Naruhodo, what do you consider the role of a lawyer to be? Well, defending people, of course. Well said. So, let's have you defend someone. Huh? Your timing is perfect, in fact. There's an apt trial about to begin later today. No advocate has been appointed for the defense as yet, so this will be welcome news. Today? Straight away? If you manage to secure a verdict of not guilty, you'll have passed my test. What could be simpler? Ugh, how do I get myself into these situations? Well, could I ask, what sort of trial is it, Long Strongheart? Yes. Good question. Ah, I remember. Theft. Ah, I was so close. It's a murder trial. A murder? An extremely simple case, I understand. You really can't lose. That's easy to say. But I should mention, just in case, if the defendant is found guilty, he will of course be sentenced to capital punishment. Capital punishment? He'll be put to death? Here in Great Britain, murderers are sent to the gallows without exception. Presumably you read that much in your short sea-based introduction to British law. We can't possibly agree to such a test. We would be toying with a man's life. Like all lawyers do. It's like, we could never agree to defend people who would be put to death if found guilty. That's something that lawyers should do. I am the Lord Chief Justice, and I've decided it's acceptable. But you can't do that, can you? There's no need to overcomplicate this. All you have to do is ensure that you don't lose. So the defendant may live or die depending on how well I perform in court. If I lose, he'll be hanged. Mr. Naruhodo, you've come to me claiming to be a lawyer. If you want me to take you seriously, you need to prove you're willing to do a lawyer's literal job. I do love this. For him to be so like morally opposed to the idea of defending someone in court who, if found guilty, will be put to death. It's like, that's what they do here. That's what you signed up for. All right, Sabine, have a good night. I'm gonna go a bit longer, stream for another hour or so. And you say you intend to see through the will of your compatriot, Mr. Asogi. I would like to understand just how far you're willing to go in order to make that happen. He's testing my resolve. What's the matter? You've fallen silent. I'm sorry, but time is pressing. The trial begins shortly. I need an answer from you now. What's it to be? What do I say? Do I agree to this absurd test? Alright. Ain't got no choice. Alright then. If I have to give you a decision now, my answer is... I can't, no. I can't do it. I can't shoot. 15 seconds. Your decision-making needs work if you want to be a lawyer. That was too slow. So, it's as I suspected, is it? Sorry? You have noble intentions, but lack the resolve to see them through. The test is cancelled. Thank you for stopping by. Go and acquire your ticket for passage back to the east tomorrow. This conversation is over. Yes, Lord Strongheart. Thank you for offering me a chance. Mr. Naruhodo. I'm sorry, Miss Susato, but what could I do? It's alright. I understand. You do? It's not an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances, but resolve has absolutely nothing to do with it. What are you trying to say, madame? I think what Miss Susato means is that no matter how badly I'd like to be recognized as a lawyer and stay here in Great Britain, to risk another man's life by treating his one and only chance at a trial so trivially would be utterly unforgivable, and I feel exactly the same way. I'm sure the defendant won't see this trial as a test, as some kind of experiment. A lawyer may fight for his clients in court day after day, but for each one of those clients, the particular day they stand in the dock may be the only chance they have to fight to prove their innocence. No, I was wrong. I'm not qualified to do that job yet. Correct. I'm sorry for wasting your precious time, Lord Chief Justice. Wait, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, was there something else? It's approximately 20 minutes by carriage to the Old Bailey from here. If you leave immediately, you should still be there in time. But I just said I was quite serious in what I told you. The defendant in this case has literally no one to advocate for him. What? At this point, he can't hope to find someone to represent him. The trial will begin without a defense. And if that happens, there's only one possible outcome. He will receive the most severe sentence the judge can pass down. But that's awful! But that is the truth. Why does it have to be like this? Please, don't expect an answer to every question. The cold, hard truth of the matter is that there is only one person now with a chance to save this man from a very miserable end. And that is you. I'm really his only hope? So, what do you say now, madame? Me? What do you mean, Lord Strongheart? You said it wasn't an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances, and I agree. But in my estimation, it is purely and simply a matter of resolve. Oh! Our time is up here. I have a meeting to attend. I must leave in 2 minutes and 16 seconds. So, venture into our great city and enjoy yourselves. He's gone. He's gonna be 2 minutes and 3 seconds early, because he left right away. The Old Bailey. If we're going to do this, Mr. Naruhodo, we must leave at once. Can I just ask you something? Is she gonna flip me because I didn't leave at once? Careful. From this position, I can perform a Susato takedown in an instant. I know. Mr. Naruhodo, you heard Long Strongheart. The trial starts imminently. If I need to throw you, I will. You know, you could just say, I think we should hurry to the courtroom. If you need to ask me anything, it had better wait until we're at the Old Bailey. I don't have a student badge anymore. I have an armband I inherited. Is that what we're calling corpse looting now? Oh. It says something on the inside. Oh, it's his name. The lawyer's name is embroidered on the inside here. Look. Kazuma Asogi. Is it Asogi? No. That can be read Ichi or he, like Hitotsu, or Hito. No. Hold on. Like Hitori. How else can you read it? Aso? Or Ka? Or Kazu? I have no idea. Oh, wait. This though. This is... Oh wait, there's 3 characters here, so this would have to be Kazuma. Or no, oh, okay, wait, they're both 3. They're both 3 characters. I don't know. I'll find out later. He had his heart set on this study tour in Great Britain. I'm sure he would have found the truth he longed for here, but he lost his life before he even had the chance to see the place. I have such a strong sense of his hopes and dreams when I look at this armband, though. Alright, I guess I'll go represent the guy in the courtroom. If I have to. Oh, thank goodness, we're in time. There's still 15 minutes until the trial begins. That's way too much time. I never knew a horse-drawn carriage could go so fast. I thought my teeth were going to rattle loose. Did you hear what I said to the driver when we climbed aboard? Get us to our destination in 5 minutes, driver, and there's a guinea in it for you. It's one of my favorite lines from the Herlock Sholmes stories, and it worked quite perfectly. Not sure why you're so pleased. I thought we were going to die, and we had to pay gold for the privilege. Well, at least we arrived here before the trial started. Yes, I suppose there's that. Anyway, I don't understand it. The court clerk said the defendant should be here, but there's no sign of him at all. Ah, he's a ghost. Defending a ghost. There's ghosts in the Phoenix Wright universe. So this is the Old Bailey. Even this room for defendants to wait in is grand. Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo? I'm feeling tense, that's all. This place gives me the same sense of foreboding that I remember from the Supreme Court in Japan. An oppressive air, almost as the building itself is about to crush whoever is about to be sentenced. Feels like only yesterday that I was the one about to be crushed, but actually it was 50 days ago, which is plenty of time to become a lawyer. Yes, the man you're to defend is... I imagine he's feeling very alone at this moment. Oh no. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to the entire country of Ireland. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do an Irish accent. No, what can we do instead? What would be funny? What would be funny? Because it's not going to be funny if I sit here and Faith and Bigor. It's going to be awful. I'll give him a different accent. He can be a Californian. Like, top of the morning to you, madam, sir. That guy surfs. That guy definitely surfs. Surfer bro. I can't even fucking look at him. Or myself. Whoa, like, what are you doing here? Follow me here. Things are fair desperate, are they? Sorry? Oh, did you look at those expressionless faces? From the east, are yous? We're from Japan, yes. Oh, hang 10, bro. Say no more. Oh, how much do you need? No, we're just here because... No need to explain, dude. I've been there myself, so I have. No place to go, nothing to eat, barely a penny to your name. And all the while in a strange, faraway land. Well, actually, we haven't found a place to stay yet, no. 'Tis grand. Let me start by giving you 1,000 guineas. Say nothing now. Is this supposed to be Irish? Do people in Ireland say use? I saw the top of the morning. Top of the morning to ya, right? No, you didn't. Congratulations. It's very nice. 1,000 guineas, please, Susato. You don't have to shout. But 1,000 guineas is enough to build an entire mansion in the most prestigious area of Tokyo. Okay, we'll take it. What? Oh, 'tis nothing to me at all. I like to ensure I have sufficient funds to weather a rainy day, you see. I have enough wealth to buy the city of London 2 or 3 times over, dude. Could that much rain even fall in one day? That much rain? What? Oh, rainy day. I see. Office manager. Nice. Well, even so, we couldn't possibly accept such a large sum of money. He used Guild Toss. I took a lot of damage just now. That hit me in the eye. Don't get me wrong, fella. I'm not giving it to you no strings attached. I'll be wanting you to do something for me. To be honest, it's a little embarrassing. The trial's about to begin, you see, is for me good self here. I'll be in the dock. So now, what I want you to do is come along with me and stand there beside me. Officially, you'd be my lawyer, but just a little detail. Well, the thing is... Oh, don't worry about a thing, bro. All you have to do is hang 10 next to me, nothing more. Otherwise, you see, the trial's gonna start without me having any kind of representation at all. It'd be a bummer. So it was true. The Lord Chief Justice wasn't just making it all up. I'm terribly sorry to have to ask, but does that mean you're the defendant in this trial? Oh, bluster and blazes. Do you not know who I am? Me? One of San Francisco's biggest names? No, sorry. We've only just arrived in the city, you see. Oh, I see. Suppose it isn't altogether impossible. Well, just next to Hyde Park, there in the center of London, is another beautiful park. Sorry, park? What? It's called McGilded Park, full of blossoming flowers in spring and singing birds. I donated it to the city, so I did. An entire park in central London? City of Smiles, that's my vision for London. There's nothing Magnus McGilded wouldn't do for the city, and it's queer old... What? It's what? It's queer old people. That's amazing. I mean, really extraordinary. But now the gall to say I'm nothing, a good-for-nothing criminal. Me, Magnus McGilded. Like, totally grody. What's the matter with the London police? Alright, don't pass out. Don't have a cow. Don't have a cow, man. That's what they say in California. Mr. Naruto. Perhaps now would be a good time to introduce ourselves while the gentleman catches his breath. Good idea. This is my armband. It has my name on it. Mr. McGilded, the thing is, we're actually here in London to study British law. We're law students on a study tour from Japan, you see. So, if you don't have a lawyer for the trial yet, and you'd be happy to put yourself in our hands, we'll do our best. What was I after saying, you daft idiot? I've given you 1,000 guineas to stand up there next to me, haven't I? Yes, well, but I wasn't really offering to just stand up there next to you. Oh, I think I see what's going on here. Sorry? Oh, I know what you're thinking. Oh, this Chancellor of a fellow claims to have more money than the Queen. But if that's true, why in blazes can he hire the finest lawyer in all England? Because he did it. That's the only explanation. Well... Nah. Not at all. Although, it is a little strange, to be honest. Why you don't have a lawyer, I mean? Oh, it'd be the fault of the Reaper. Sorry, did he just say Shinigami? The Grim Reaper of the Bailey, Lord Barak von Zeeks. He's the prosecutor. The prosecutor is the Shinigami? When Van Zieks stands for the prosecution, they call his accused his sacrificial lambs. And to this day, in every single trial in which he's been the prosecutor, the accused has been damned. What? So it's reached the desperate situation where there's no one willing to stand in defense against the fella at all. You could say he's a living legend of the Old Bailey. Goodness, Lord Barak Van Zieks. He must be an exceptionally talented prosecutor, then. Talented isn't the word you're looking for, madam. Ma'am, it's cursed. Cursed? What on earth? The defendant is summoned, and his counsel. Please make your way into the courtroom. Trial is about to begin. His counsel? That would be me. Oh, 'tis time. Well then, fella, don't let me down. But I don't know anything about the case. You haven't told me what happened. Oh, until you showed your face here, I'd made up me mind, so I had. Sorry? I decided I'd have to defend myself in there. How would that have worked? Said Naruhodo, who literally has defended himself. No, I guess that's not true. He had a lawyer in the first case. Technically. But then you made an appearance, a student of law, wouldn't you know? 'Tis no accident, I can assure you of that. It's fate. So don't get cold feet now, please. I literally know nothing about the case, or this man who stands accused. In fact, the only thing I do know is that I can't just turn my back on him. You also know that he's promised you 1,000 guineas, which you've been told will buy you a mansion. Mr. Naruhodo. The man has no one. He'll have to stand alone in that courtroom, armed with nothing to defend himself. Yes, something that Kazuma would never have allowed to happen. Counsel with the defense, what are you doing? If you're late for the start of the trial, you will lose your right to stand. I'll be right there. It's happening then. My first trial in a British court. I hope you're watching over me, Kazuma, because I have no idea how I'm going to manage this. Should we keep going? I feel like we're not gonna get very far in the next 45 minutes. I am a little tired. Yeah, maybe we'll stop it here, right at the beginning of the court. Reasonable. I have exhausted myself with the surfer accent. Alright, so thanks everybody for being here, and I hope you're enjoying Phoenix Wright, or Great Ace Attorney. Case 3 will resume Monday, and then I think Tuesday I will start a Monsters Expedition, which I picked up as it was on sale. And it's been suggested a couple of times. So that's it for tonight. Thank you, and have a good night, everybody.